Greetings, fellow stargazers. We're arguing over the position of the chair.
Take over all the space.
Give me a second, let me refine this here. Give me a second, all right. Such a delay, such a delay. I know I didn't really advertise that I was coming on. Chili beans, pooty butts.
Hey, how are you? God bless you.
Stop looking at the phone. Thanks for joining in. We appreciate
Dolores,
it.
right? Her name?
I believe so. Let us know if we're correct. Is it Dolores? Right now, I'm just having my smoothie. It tastes great.
Happy Sunday to you guys.
How is your day going so far, Dolores? Talk to us. Tell us. Let us know. We're waiting. First,
You first.
you get the shout out. You're waiting for your answer. She said great. Awesome. Well, it's been a while since we've been on YouTube. We've been chilling. Hope everybody's doing good. How are you doing, Bobby?
Doing great.
Some red lipstick out there.
He said, put on some lipstick. Then, okay, I put it on. So
Not
now
that,
he's complaining.
not that red. But you had a long time ago, right? Give me something a little lighter. Yeah, harlot red.
It's okay, it's going to be gone
This
in a
one
few
is-
minutes. Yeah.
Okay. She has other lipstick that's really nice. I think it's kind of too red for what she's wearing. But whatever. So anyway, for the record, today is Sunday, May the 21st, 2017, and it is 6:29 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
It's 6:20, okay.
I'm sorry, 6:20.
Yeah.
So anyway, greetings, Young Gray.
Hey.
Oh yeah, we forgot to give everybody a heart. This is for Dolores. You get a heart. Annyeong! And for Young Gray, you get a heart. Thank you for joining us. We're just feeling silly. There's a stirring, an awakening. Can you smell it? Can you feel it?
This is laugh out loud.
Now, I want to chat just a little bit about relationships because it seems to be a topic that's on everybody's mind. Well, not everybody, but it seems to be a very important topic. So let's just go there. Okay. We're going to get a little bit deeper into this thing. For relationships. That's how pretty you look today, Bobby. Her eyes are getting scared. Like, oh my gosh, what's he going to say? No, I'm not going to say nothing chunky. But I have noticed that, you know, some people have been in some unhealthy relationships. And it's not healthy. It's not, how can I say, it's not a godly relationship. It's not biblical. It's just wrong. Let me explain something to some of our viewers For those of you watching, you guys are smart enough, you know this. For all the women that are watching and you're looking for a spouse, you're looking for a husband, a godly husband, don't settle, and don't, you know, lower your standard for the first guy that might happen to show you some attention because you're lonely. Especially if he doesn't share the same convictions or same beliefs as you, you're only gonna, I wouldn't say shoot yourself in the leg, but you're only gonna make it harder for yourself, because a lot of guys are just out here for an easy score, and women that have been hurt and then they immediately try to go into another relationship. Men are like hunters, they can smell it. It's like you give off this fragrance and they just know this is an easy target. So don't become an easy target. We have a lot of friends that, you know, as you have a lot of friends, that everybody seems to have like a relationship issues and things like that, and there's no perfect relationship. That never has, that never will be. But for the women out there that are seeking spouses, or you're just seeking a boyfriend, and you proclaim to be a Christian, don't yoke up with people that aren't Christians, because you're just gonna, in the long run, it's gonna hurt you. Don't kid yourself, don't fool yourself, and don't be afraid to ask God for what you want. And waiting, I know, sucks and it's hard, and don't be desperate that you're just gonna settle for anything that comes, you know, because that's the worst type of relationship you can get in. Allow God to heal you first if you come out of a bad relationship. Sometimes people come out of all kind of crazy relationships, mental relationships, mentally abusive relationships. Some people come out of physical abuse relationships, and it's not advised to just hop back into another relationship because you're lonely. You don't want to make decisions based on temporary problems, because you know these things too will pass, and you can have somebody else that's meant for you. Yes, go ahead.
No.
Because this is boiling in her eyes. What is it doing to say?
Nothing, man.
Help me out here, babe. When it comes to relationships, what advice would you give young women that are seeking to be loved, but they haven't found a Christian guy and they think it's impossible?
Well, like you said, also waiting is the hard part. We always want it like quick, instant. Like right now, I pray tonight, I'll get it next week, or I get it tomorrow. Like there's a hint or whatever. But you know, it doesn't work like that. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but you know, of course you want to go through that process. Maybe the Lord want to teach you something, to show you something. So probably at the process you're gonna fail, or you're gonna get disappointed and stuff like that. I think the main thing is, I think the first thing that you gotta do is, for me, that's just my thinking. So I'm just saying, maybe if they're saying that they're Christian, I say they should love the Lord first. If you know, if they have their faith in the Lord and everything else, and they love the Lord, truly love the Lord, they know they're gonna get the person, because like we always say also, it's not impossible for the Lord to give you a spouse. For him, it's like a piece of cake. I mean, it's really spouse for you, and you know the Lord can give it to you. So that's not a thing. Yeah, so just love the Lord, love yourself, because once you get your spouse, the happiness is not coming just from your spouse. I mean, yeah, of course you have a spouse, you can be happy and whatever, but you know, if that's the right person. But if not, then it's gonna be yeah, you know how it is, just
Let me
problems after problems.
this and love and kindness, because you know women are emotional creatures, and some men are emotional too, but in general women are the emotional creatures.
excuse me, too many movies, too much movies.
Women are emotional creatures, and never think that you can't have what you want. You can have what you say you can have.
Mhm.
If you say that you're going to have something, you can have it. Call those things to be not as though they were. You can speak things into existence in the name of Jesus if you're a Christian. The thing is, the adversary, Satan, will make you feel like you're missing out on a lot of stuff. And all you're missing out on is the heartache. You see the people when they come back from work, you know, talking about the weekend and what did you do? Oh, man, we got messed up. We got drunk. The next week, what did you do? Oh, we got messed up. We got drunk. The next weekend, oh, we got messed up. Look, that stuff takes a toll on your body. When you're young, you think you're indestructible. When you get older, it catches up with you. It always catches up with you. So, you know,
That's why we had to dress movies. I'm just joking.
exactly. It's wise. So, because you don't have a spouse and you want one, that God isn't answering your prayers, you have to first believe that He is God and that He is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him. And also, He does reward you and He hears your prayers. The problem with us as humans in our sinful fallen state is that we try one thing once, and when it doesn't happen when we want it to happen, then we quit and we give up and we say, oh, God didn't answer my prayer. You know, God don't want me to have this. An answer delayed is not an answer denied. Just because you didn't get it right then when you want it doesn't mean that God's not going to let you have something. Now, as I mentioned before, He's not going to give you lust or He's not going to give you perversion. He'll give you the desires of your heart. But He wants to save your heart of pain. There's a lot of guys out there that are just straight up dogs and straight up snakes, and there's a lot of scandalous women out there too.
Mm-hmm.
So when you are in a relationship, make sure that person is, you know, a fellow believer. And then let me say on top of this, just because you guys are both believers doesn't mean that you're marriage material. That's just the first requirement. You have to be compatible. You have to have things in common. Just because you're Christian doesn't mean that this person's for you. He may claim to be a Christian, but he has no convictions, and thereby his lifestyle exempts one with no convictions. So it's best to wait on Jesus and wait for the person that He has in store for you, heart, and protect you. And a lot of women are out there with no covering, no hedge. They're rebellious. They don't want to listen. They run around just talking to guys. A lot of guys are doing the same thing with women, running around chasing women, going from one silly woman to the next silly woman. And then you get bitter, and then you start complaining, and then you think everybody in America is like this, or all American women are like this, or all these type of people are like this, or this race is like this. And then you get into this negativity, and it's not, you know, and then people get a bad reputation because of one or two bad seeds. Not everybody acts a certain way. Not everybody's thinking a certain way.
Brian Jackson said, hey, y'all, you want to give him a heart? Give them a heart.
Just for you guys. Annyeong! Oh, since you're Chinese, 大家好. But anyway, I see a lot of women in there. They go through this endless cycle. Please don't be what the Bible calls one of these silly women laden with sin, forever learning and never come to knowledge the truth. Don't be a silly woman. A silly woman knows right, knows wrong, but still just, I can't help myself. I just want to, you know, I'm lonely. I just got to have something. It's easy for you to say. It's easy for you to say, you've got someone. You've got someone. I used that excuse when I was single, and other people want to try to tell me what's right, because I'm like, oh, they ain't feeling me, man, because, you know, they go home and they got somebody. You know, I'm out here by myself hustling, and I'm alone, you know. And it's just like, no, man, you can fool people, but that's not going to stand before God. It's the same thing. Just because I have a wife now, for 10 years, when I was praying and begging and please, God, please, man, come on, man, what you little brother up, man? Crying, everything, going ballistic, crazy. Okay, been there, done there. Get a t-shirt. I understand. But at the end of the day, He answers your prayer, and He gives you the desires of your heart if you seek Him first, so you can have a meaningful relationship. No, it's not going to be perfect. yes, you're gonna have problems, and yes, the devil's gonna come and try your relationship. He's gonna try marriages. He tried Jesus. Destroy. He hates everybody. He's gonna send his agents, which is warlocks, everybody, try to ruin your life, try to kill you. But thank God for his favor and his protection. All right. The blessings of the Lord surrounds us as a shield. Were you gonna say something? Yeah. So I just want to encourage women that are watching this to seek a godly husband and wait on the Lord. If it's not your time, it's just not your time. You can try to force it. You can try to manipulate it. You could try to think you're going to change a guy, but you can never really change anybody. Only God can change people's hearts, and then he can, put within them a desire to change. But if you think, oh, he acts like this around me, I'm going to get him to change if I do this and that, you're fooling yourself. There are many people in relationships that have found out too late that that person wasn't going to change, or he was putting on the front just to get you. Or better yet, you slept with that person, and now, the guys he's had the milk from the cow, and he decides, oh, I don't want you anymore. Because in case you haven't realized this, men can be like dogs or sharks. They're out to hunt. He put that drive in men. It's called testosterone. Hunt and claim and conquer. And then once you have that, it's on to the next victory. That's the world's mentality. So you have people out there, they're all just in it for themselves, and you don't want to be that person. You don't want to be sincere and talk to a guy and he's really a wolf in cheap clothing, and then you give him the most valuable and special thing that you have that you should have kept for your husband. And now, in case you haven't realized it, when you sleep with someone, spiritually, your souls get intertwined together. The two become one flesh. You have a covenant. Whether you respect the covenant or not, it does not change it. It's still there. That's why you have all these women that are been, divorced or broken up with guys, and they still haven't gotten over people because they still have that part of them in them. Men leave deposits in women. Women carry this. And, men can have issues with getting over women too, but for women, I would say it's safe to say it's a little bit harder because they're more emotional. And you don't want to be carrying around 7 years and you still got that person in you. You have to relieve yourself from soul ties and get delivered. And it may not be easy to wait. But the thing is, while people are waiting for what it is the Lord's supposed to be giving them that they're believing for, whether it's a spouse, job, whatever, it's the time to draw close to the Lord. The problem is a lot of people don't want to draw close to the Lord because they want what they want from God. And it's like, got it, peace out, see you later. Next issue I have, I'll talk to you. But God's trying to have a relationship with you. But we're like, nah, I don't want this person. I don't want that. I want what I want. And I'm not going to rest until I have it. And then the devil has you out there spending years of your life, wasting your time, your energy, your youth. And then when you finally get what you think you want, you realize it's not even what you want. It's the same story. It happens over and over again. So if I could save some of you guys a heartache of time and heartache of pain and save you some time, I'd say don't waste your time. If you have red flags going off when you're talking to someone, if you're a guy, if you're talking to a girl, if she's loose, if she's wild, and you can take her to bed easily, that's not the type of woman that you want. Now, if you're not saved and you're watching this, then that's exactly what you want. But if that's your thing, then you're on the wrong channel. This is a Christian channel, so we're trying to speak encouragement. Also, you don't want to be sleeping around before you get married because you're going to have issues and create issues in your flesh. And these are things that people don't talk about a lot of times in churches. And some do. I'm not saying everybody doesn't, but people have some real issues. People have been raped, people have been molested, people have questions, sexual questions, people have all kind of things that they're battling with and they're struggling with. And they just want to feel that God understands them and he's not going to send them to hell because you're struggling with the issue. God's not willing that any should perish. Now, I know mankind and religion and religious people want to cast you into outer darkness, into lake of fire. But God is willing to work with you in your issues, through your issues, to help you overcome your issues so you can come up to that standard that he has you. God is the most high. He's always high. As long as we're down here, When you get born again, you learn about God and you grow in spiritual stature and you get higher and higher and closer to God. He's always going to have you to come up to his level. He's not going to come down to your level because he did that when he came in the body of flesh in Jesus. So Jesus was tested like we were in all forms and areas. So that's why he can be touched with the feelings of our infirmity and understand what we go through because he's been tested. So he came down to our level when he left glory in heaven. He came down in the form of a man. So he knows everything. So there's no more excuses ever since Christ died. If you want help, God is willing to help you. But too prideful and no one can tell you anything, or you think you got this worked out, you know, then you get what you get. A lot of people think that and have God at the same time. You can't. Bible clearly says a friend of the world is an enemy against God. So why are you trying to go out there and get everybody's friendship and attention and become an enemy of God? Because whether you realize or not, you're actually compromising your belief. If you're cool with everybody that doesn't even share the same faith and convictions of you, everybody, then you're not standing for anything. And so your convictions go lower and lower and lower. And then next thing you know, you just believe and accept anything. And no, God understands and God is love. And let me see this comment quick. Yeah, she says, God did not call us into uncleanness, but into holiness. Exactly. Holiness. Yeah, God is holy. He's a holy God. And you're not going to stand before God with sin in your life and think he's just going to let you in, because he's not. It's his holiness, his goodness that's going to be your undoing, because he loves everybody so much. And, you know, nukes haven't started falling yet. He's given people time and a space to repent because he doesn't want you to perish. But don't kid yourself. Most people are going to choose to go to hell. God's not going to send you to hell. You choose to go there. It's very simple. Sometimes we overanalyze this, but you can choose the kingdom of God and God's love, or you can choose the flesh and the devil and his kingdom. And if you don't choose, you made a decision. You decided not to choose, so thereby you still made a decision. You chose not to choose, so you're still going to get judged for it. So there's no excuse. And you say, well, why does it always have to be black or white? That's reality. Everybody else is trying to give you that strata point in between where you can just hide out there. But the point that we're living in now, life, and the time we're living at, that point is gone. It's been gone. So you have to make a decision. You can have an awesome life if you're young. You can be on fire for God. You can have fun. You can have style. You can use your talents and gifts. God wants you to have a good life. It's not boring being a Christian. You don't have to sit at home and just be bored and miserable. That's religion. Now, I understand, you know, you got to work and everything, so you plan. But yeah, he's come so you can have life and have it more abundantly. You're supposed to be happier on the lower side than you were in the world. When you're in the world partying, you know, going drinking, clubbing and all that, and thinking it's fun, there's a little bit of fun. The Bible says there's pleasures in sin for a season. For a season. I'm not going to act like it wasn't fun doing certain things. It was. Doing wrong is always exciting and fun to the flesh. But make no mistake about it. You will pay. It does come back and bite you. Did you have something to add? She said, that should be unto 1 Thessalonians 4:7. Exactly. Now, I'm here to say that God does answer prayer. He does help out people, but God does not want to be just a good time Charlie or a magic genie that you rub when you need some help and smoke comes out. You know, he's looking for relationships with his children. He's there, he's willing to help you, and he's wanting you to have a good life. I'm just tired of seeing people in relationships because free will is going to be our undoing. Satan is a force to be reckoned with in this world. Let's not kid ourselves. But he's defeated. Hallelujah, right? But your free will is the thing. You're going to choose to do what's right, or you're going to choose to do what's wrong. And a lot of times we choose the wrong things. And if you ask God to forgive you, he's willing and just to forgive you. But if you continue to choose wrong, you know, what happens? Yes.
Nothing. I thought I just put 1 Thessalonians 4.
You want to read it?
It's 4:7, right? Okay. For God had not called us unto uncleanness, but unto holiness. That is in King James Version. Yes.
Oh, I thought you were going to read more, but okay.
It is. That's just how it is. Just one more sentence, babe.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Mhm.
All right. And this vlog was brought to you in part by Samsung.
No, we're not getting paid for it.
Okay.
Already just had-
Now, on a lighter note, now that we've gotten that out of the way, I just want to say that I'm just tired of hearing and knowing people and just seeing it. And it's like, sometimes you're like, you got to imagine that God's sitting high, looking low, thinking, when are you ever going to learn? I'm sending you all these signals. I'm interrupting. You're like, you got to imagine. I'm interrupting things in your life to get your attention, and you still refuse. You still harden your heart. How long are you going to be like this? So, do you do rants? No, we don't do rants. This is a ranting channel. I don't do rants. If you want to rant, this channel, because it's kind of pointless for me to put all that negativity in the air. The last thing I want to do is go on someone's channel and hear them complain about stuff. All that negativity, it spreads, and those spirits in the air, and they're following you, and then your day is negative. I want to speak life into you, so when you get through watching, you feel good, you feel clean, you don't feel dirty. So if you're looking for rants and all the other, you have to find that on someone else's channel. But just look on the channel, look at the video sections, you can see. Also, I do want to thank everybody for 807 subscribers. Thank you. We'll clear the 800 mark. Soon we'll be at 1,000, 2,000, 1,000,000. Then we'll be in space. Just kidding. All right. You can read if you want.
Have you met Lily Petals? No, we have not.
No, we haven't, but I've chatted with her. She reached out to me. I mentioned, all right, because we get a lot of people from her channel that ask if we've met, and I've said it before in other live videos. I encourage you guys to go onto the YouTube channel and click on the live YouTube and go rewatch some of our videos where we talk about it. But she did reach out to me when she was coming to Florida to meet up. But my back was bothering me at the time, so I was unable to do it. But I know who she is. She knows who we are. She's given me a shout out on her channel before. I'm pretty sure eventually we'll meet. I followed her channel back when she only had 600 subscribers, and I was at like 300 or something. And then I deleted my channel years ago, back in like 2005 or 6. And I kind of regret it, because had I kept that channel, just, I'd probably
That
be,
probably 2005.
it was around 2000. Because, a lot of times you just create a YouTube channel just to leave comments. You don't really do nothing on it. But when you actually really start vlogging on it. So I had to look. It could have been around 2007, but it was long. It was before we were married, and she had around 600 and something subscribers. I had 300. So if I had kept going, because you guys know back then, the algorithm was totally different. Before 2012, when Google bought YouTube, you can post videos and you would get hundreds of views. Just like my old channel, I would post videos and I'd get hundreds of views. And then when you re-upload them on this channel now, you don't get none of the views anymore, because it's like that. But if any of you guys are on VidMe, shameless plug, follow us on VidMe. I created an account over there, and we're just going to give it a try. And we'll have content for VidMe and content for YouTube. No, we're not going to close this account on YouTube. We're going to keep it. But if you're on VidMe, go into my YouTube channel, see the VidMe icon, click on it, and follow us on VidMe. Help us get verified, please. I'm Zach, so yeah. Okay, so no, we haven't met Lily, but I'm pretty sure eventually we probably will. All right, so if you got any questions, go ahead and shoot them at us. I know a lot of the times we, you know, where did you guys meet? How did you guys meet? You know, so if you have any questions, feel free to shoot them at us. Banana, strawberry, blueberry smoothie with protein shake and almond protein milk. Try and say that 3 times fast. What would you say are some red flags for women and bad relationships?
You don't have peace with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how it is. It's just you don't have peace with it. I mean, that's the main flag for me. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, women are emotional creatures, so they kind of like pay attention. Should have paid attention to every little thing. I mean, like, you know. But sometimes you women has more higher tolerance. You know, kind of like have the submissive thing. So okay, that's fine or whatever. You know. I'm gonna make him change or something like that. That's what happened, that we fall into trap.
My chair is always standing up higher than her, so it makes me look like I'm so much higher that I gotta lower it. Now she's like she's taller than me.
My little boy.
What is up, Zoe?
Hey, Zoe.
You get up. Anya. You have any questions?
Are you not at work?
Yeah. Maybe you're off on Sundays.
Oh, but you are now shorter than me. That's not gonna be right.
Yeah, it's about to rain here. I think it's like thundering over there. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them now. If not, we'll continue our spiel. How do you feel when you see friends of yours that you may know, or just people in general, and you hear them in these relationships, and you know they're being used by the guy? They're just basically using them, and like sometimes they could be using them for a green card, or sometimes, you know, they know that the woman has low self-esteem and she's not going to feel like she can find someone else. So they take all this crap and abuse from guys. How does that make you feel when you see your friends fall into that trap?
I'm sad, of course.
What is it, do you think? What do you say to someone like that?
Well, if it's already happened, what can you say? You know, it's already. Yeah, you can only. Of course, you just.
He said he'll be home in 15 minutes.
So he's in the car driving.
I'll let you see your comment.
Okay, Brian is asking.
What part of Florida do you live in? You live in
Jacksonville, Florida. And it's hot down here right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we had 100, I think, last week. Is it 100? Last week or 2 weeks ago? We reached 100 degrees.
That was just in your car.
100, right, Pepe? When I called you at the time?
I think it was in your car. I don't think it was 100 outside.
Oh, yeah, whatever. That means
like come June, July. Yeah.
So
it's going to be extremely hot.
Just prepare sunscreen when you come over here.
You need to prepare a little bit more than that.
Okay, back to the question, Bobby.
All right, so how do you help somebody that won't listen? That's the $1 million question, right?
Well, there's nothing you can do. You pray for them.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't want to listen. Some people, I mean, I've experienced a couple of friends that, you know, when you talk to them, it's just kind of like going round and round and round and round. You just keep doing the same thing again, and but they still want to keep asking the same questions. It's just in a different way, but they still gonna do what they want to do. So
a lot of them aren't saved, or they say they're saved, but they're not. You know, because their lifestyle. You're not gonna be a Christian and shacking up with somebody. I'm sorry, you're in fornication. Let's call it spade, all right? But you know, God's not without mercy, and a lot of times they get in this cycle, and people are struggling with the issues. I know that people have insecurities. Oh, a black man can't get a Chinese woman. Really? You know, oh, I'm treated wrong because I'm dark skinned. Planet Earth. You know, I'm a girl. You know, I'm just so lonely. What do I do? You know, I pray to God, but I don't get any answer. You know, people have these things. Go ahead.
No, I just gonna read Joey comment. He said, question: should I feel ashamed of myself because someone on Periscope I was friend with sucks because I like her and respected her as a person? Is there any reason that you know that why she blocked you? And Brian say, good answer, sister. Thank you.
All right. Look, when it comes to Periscope, which I haven't been scoping as much, but if you are on Periscope, all of us typically should know. Let me read the question again. I want to see. Ashamed of yourself?
No.
No. You don't owe that person anything. That's digital. Like, never get so caught up in the hype of digital subscribers and all that. And I know it's hard because we all want to grow our channels and we want to have a lot of influence, and you know, people want to be famous and rich and all that. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being rich and famous, as long as you don't lose your soul in the process of it. God's not against you having money. Having money is not a sin. It's the love of money that's the root of all evil, because the love of money causes mankind to do evil or wicked things to other mankind. So the more money you have, the more quote unquote power you have, the more influence, the more freedom you have. It's true. If you know, you say, well, I don't want that much money. I just want a nice paying job that pays maybe $150,000 a year, and as long as my kids are taken care of and I'm happy, then that's good for me. Well, you poor little thing, that's so selfish, because there's enough wealth on planet Earth for everybody on planet Earth to have at least $7 billion. There is no shortage of money. There's no shortage of anything. You can believe the lie if you want to, but there's no shortage of wealth on planet Earth. In fact, you should be prosperous and be successful so you can help other people. You know, people get mad at people that have money and say, oh, they're evil. It's hard. How hard is it for a rich man to get to heaven? The Lord never said it was impossible. He said how hard it is. Because if your heart is in the money and you love and trust in the money, then it becomes your God, and you don't have your faith in Christ. So if he blesses you with gifts and talents and they make room for you, you become successful and rich and famous off of that, that's awesome for the kingdom of God. Think of how many people you can help. Stop belching with all the milkshakes. But you can help a lot of people. You know, if I only have $10, I can't help anybody. If I have $100 million, I can do a lot for myself, my family, and help hungry people. People that actually are down and out, not people in the corner with a sign trying to work the system, begging for money. You know, but how can you get the gospel out there unless you send people? How can you send people unless you finance them? The world is run and ran by money. You know, the Bible says you have to be wise, and the people in the world are wiser sometimes than people in church because they understand the system. Now, the system might be set up by mankind and Satan, but we're in the world, we're not of the world. You have to be smart, you have to understand the system. You don't have to approve of it or go along with it, but you're in the system, but you're gonna ride above the system. In the world, but you're not of the world. So you're an ambassador of Christ, you're different. And you can thrive in this world and stay under the radar and be prosperous. All this godlike fame that people lust after and seek after, that you think I can't have any peace until I have, you know, 20 million followers that worship me on a daily basis. Everything I do, you know, I'm so important. You have that God syndrome where you just want to be worshipped, whether you realize it or not. But flesh does not glory in God's sight. You know, He's not going to give His people a platform like that so they can lose themselves in the platform. You know, just because I might become famous or prosperous or whatever doesn't make me better than you. It's the same with you. We're all still the same people. We have to flush the toilet, we have to battle traffic, we have to eat, we have to brush your teeth, we have to bathe, take a shower, you know what I'm saying? Is this one person just has a little bit more money or a lot more money? But what you do, God gives you talents and gifts, and what you do for Him is your gift back to God. So you can use it to impress the world with your skill and talent, but you know they can never get enough. And the system is geared to keep you producing more and keep people making money. And what do you get out of it? At the end of the day, that's why you see all these celebrities and people who are tired. They've sold their souls, they made deals with demons and the devil, and you know, you look at them, they're like rough. They start off, they're like maybe 20 years old, 21 or whatever. They're looking young. Fast forward 3 movies later, they look like they've been on cocaine, like they've been partying all night long. They got bags under their eyes, they're starting to get gray hair. Like, man, they only did 3 movies. They look like they aged about 5 years because that lifestyle was hard, man. You can't come into the devil's kingdom and expect, you know, to run things. It don't work like that. But I digress. You want to read?
You can read. Okay.
I'm gonna let you read it.
What happened? Okay, Joy said, because he said I'm too depressing, I wear her down. And then he said, that's true.
Yeah. A lot of times people, they say, you guys should do more videos. You get more of this and that. And I tell you guys, it's about time. And also, I'm not trying to be this, you know, I want to be successful in everything, but I don't have to be seen every day. If I do something like that, it's probably just, I don't know. And I have to have a purpose of being on here every day after day, hearing my voice. And even I get bored of hearing myself talk after a while. You know what I'm saying? So if you're just spewing the same thing, negativity day in, day out, let me ask yourself a question. Would you tune in to watch someone complain every day and be negative? Some people don't realize they're negative. And I'm not talking and saying that you're negative. I think you know if you're negative or not. But if you're saying that you're negative, I think you know you're negative. But no one wants to tune in every day and hear someone complain. It's one thing to vent. We all need to vent. There's constructive venting, and there's reaching out and you know, and getting some help from people and just relating to people. Then there's this, you just want to be negative and complain every day. And that's what people get tired of hearing, and they unsubscribe from people and all that. People have their reasons. That she unsubscribed and blocked you? No, because it's not like she was there to feed you and help you and make you a better person. You know, it's just a digital person. Does it hurt? Does it affect us? Yes, it can, but this is why you don't put your faith or all your eggs in one basket. Don't put so much into things. You have to have something outside of quote unquote subscribers, so to say. You were gonna say something? You sound like you're gonna say something.
Well, it was just earlier because you were, well, this is just, well, we can finish this.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
No, you were talking about, you know, thing like a lot of people want to watch negativity. But it's funny because some negative people or some people who are sad or who just feel like their life sucks and they have a lot of problems, they have the tendency to want to watch something negative, so they feel like, you know, there are other people who
Birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah, so
misery loves company.
Yeah, so they can feel like, oh, he has more problem than me, you know, I'm still okay or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, she may say that you're not, and then she may joke with you, but if she blocked you, I guess at the end of the day, you really know what was on her mind and her heart. Because if she blocked you, she's like, oh, I'm done with you, have a nice life, you know. But whatever happened with that girl, the Chinese girl you were supposed to be talking to? We waited for that live vlog and nothing ever happened. So I saw a white girl in the car. No, I was joking. I'm just joking, y'all. We're not released. Just have a little fun on the channel.
It's about
whatever. Unsubscribe. Here, I'll show you.
Yeah, let me read Joy's comment. Joy said, "That's true. It's another rejection. I've learned that I have to depend on me for that uplift of the joy I can have."
Yes, you have to learn to encourage yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Look, the world is negative every day. Between CNN, Fox, whatever, all these fake media sites, or,
Everywhere, too.
Whatever you want to call them. The world is negative. It's getting darker and darker. Darkness shall cover the earth and gross darkness to people. People's hearts are getting bitter. They're getting cold. They're edgy. They are snappy. They're not as nice in traffic as they ever were nice. Things are getting, people are wired differently, and people are getting fed up and tired. They're sick of the system. They're sick of the oppression of the devil, and Satan's squeezing the world, squeezing the systems, and it seems like the rich just keep richer, and they're just having more perverted whatever, and they're just living their ungodly lives, and they don't care about the rest of us. But if they don't repent, they're on their way to hell for eternity. But the meek shall inherit the earth. You have to encourage yourself. Don't stress over that. You got disappointed in heaven when I was that girl.
Excuse me.
Yeah, here's the thing. As I mentioned before, because there's a lot of people that watch our channel. There are a lot of closet watchers that won't subscribe. But if you subscribe, we're going to give you a heart. Thank you for subscribing.
Closet watcher.
Don't be a closet watcher. Interact with us. Talk. We're not going to bite you. But here's the thing. There's a lot of people that they want a spouse. And the truth of the matter is, it's so easy for God to give you a spouse. It's not even hard. It doesn't take God to send 50,000 angels to bring you the woman of your heart. It's relatively easy. You just have to trust and believe. And there's a time and season for all things. Yes, there are some issues that a lot of times we have that we need to turn over to the Lord and let Him deal with our issues before we invite someone else. Because if you're halfway and you're messed up, and you get with a woman and she's messed up, and you get together thinking you guys are going to complete each other, it's not going to work. She's coming with her issues, and you have some issues. Now, I know nobody's perfect, and you're always going to have issues in life. But the thing is, you have them under control, have a relationship with God so you can hear from God. So when you get to a relationship, you know how to handle that woman, and she'll know how to handle you. You'll complement each other. When you're down, she'll pick you up, her up. It's not I'm the one that's always down and I always need the encouragement. You're the man. God made you the head. So you're supposed to be the leader. You're supposed to set the tone. If you're down and out and depressed, you know what I'm saying?
You should give me fried chicken.
Yeah, you should get some fried chicken.
I'm just joking.
Yeah, I know there's people that have issues. They're battling depression and anxiety and diabetes and all kinds of stuff. I understand. None of us have arrived. God's going to work with us, and He's going to heal and deliver us. But you have to listen to what the Lord says. There's no excuse. No one is above it. Here's the problem that I see. A lot of times people say, "Oh, well, you just don't understand, Jamie." No, they don't understand. They don't feel me. No. Don't. Sometimes people, and it's the devil that speaks to people's minds. They get lifted up in pride, thinking that what you're going through, no one on planet Earth feels your pain. No, you just don't understand my pain. So now your problem has become so special that no one on planet Earth has ever experienced this, or they can feel you. So what you've done is you made of God out of your issues and your problem. On a pedestal and say, no, my issues are higher than what God can do because no one on earth can feel me. That's a form of pride, and people don't realize it. The devil loves to work on you, and then he wants to isolate you. And then once he isolates you every day, it's not a lot. Sometimes it's a little. You stole those starts. and you go lower, 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 lower. He's breaking you down, and that's it. But you get energized, you get encouraged when you hang out with your brothers and sisters in the Lord, and you're there where the Spirit of the Lord is, and the Lord builds you up, builds you up, builds you up. So if you're not attending a church, I highly recommend that you do, because you have to not forsake yourself from the fellowship with believers. You draw strength in numbers. The devil knows that. That's why he's trying to isolate you, so he can send his numbers until his darts. You don't need to be depressed. I understand we all get down. I'm not saying that you're never not going to get depressed. It happens, but don't stay down. If you're constantly waddling in self-pity and, oh, my life is so miserable and no one understands, and for my whole entire life, look, you can only run that story for so long before people get tired and fed up with it. And they can tell you, shut up, grow up, and deal with it. That's what the people of the world are going to say to you. God's not going to be, quote unquote, it's harsh. He'll deal with you, but at a certain point in time, he expects you to mature and grow up. You're going to have to operate in faith. It doesn't have to be a lot of faith. It just has to be a little bit. He's not going to force you to make some giant step when you're not ready. We go from glory to glory. You're going to take one step, another step. You got to act on a little bit of faith here. He expects you to believe for this small thing. Then you see he does it. Then it'll be another test. And then, well, I don't know if he's going to do it, and he'll bring you through. And then it's another one. Well, I'm not sure. Well, he didn't help you the last time. Yeah, but I'm not sure if that was God or not. And then another one is like, well, he might help me, I guess. And then there's another one that's like, well, yeah, he's helped me the last 5 times. His track record is proven, but there's that devil. Well, was that really God? How do you know that was God? Maybe that was you. So yeah, these are things that people wrestle with.
True.
An idle hand is the devil's playground. You mean an idle mind? Yeah, I understand what you mean. And I'll say this in closing. The thing is this. People run from God because they don't want to be held accountable. But you're going to be held accountable to somebody on planet Earth. Even if you're a chief sinner, there's always going to be someone over you. You're going to be held accountable. And I think that God is cruel or he's mean and, yeah, he's merciful. He loves everybody. He's taking the time to have people talk to you and pray for you. And he lets you wake up. There's a lot of people that didn't wake up. There's a lot of people that died this year. There's a pastor here in Jacksonville, Florida, RJ Washington. He passed away for years. I've gone over there, visited that church. And I remember one time I was on a plane for the first time I ever went on the plane. And he walks in with his wife. I was like, that's RJ Washington. In our old neighborhood, he used to have a house like kind of down the street. And, he was a good man. And it's sad to see people go before their time. You think she could raise them from the dead, So people are checking out, man. Don't stress over stuff you have no control over. Don't waste your time and your energy. It's not worth it. I look at my life now, and there is no one more obsessed with Asian culture, because I'm older than a lot of people that are watching me. So a lot of the stuff that people are at, I've been doing that since I was like 12. You know what I'm saying? I had my obsessions and everything. This is before the internet. I know this is hard to believe for some of y'all watching this. Back in VHS. Like, what's that? VHS tapes. Obsessions. And I was like, will I ever have this dream? And then I got it. And then she pretty much sucked all the Chinese and Asian out of me. And then, like, all that I had is, after going on 7 years of marriage, it's all almost been taken out of me. And it's kind of exciting because it's like, it's been fulfilled. And I'm like, I look back and I'll leave on this note. One time back in, I think it was 2000, I was on a roof. I don't know, that's 17 years ago. I was young, 19 or something, or 20, I don't know. And I was real slim and I was on this roof and I was working downtown somewhere. And I was looking out over the ocean and the sun was setting. It was so beautiful. And I was just in my heart, just sad and almost ready to cry. It's like, God, are you gonna give me that Asian woman that I dream of? I want that Asian woman. It's like, can I please have it, God? Can I please have it? You know, it's like, am I ever gonna have it? I know it says it, but is it possible? Can I really have it? You know, I know I can go out and get something, but I don't want that. I want it to come from you, and I want it to be from overseas, and I want it to come from you. Can I have it? You know, and I was in my heart. It was just like, oh, I'll never get it. You know. Fast forward, and I got it. And the whole time, the Lord heard my prayer, but it wasn't time yet. And that's the problem we as human beings have, whether you're saved or not saved, is nobody wants to wait, because we live in the microwave generation. I want it now. Download it on an app. Go to the Play Store, go to the Apple Store, download it. You know, you want to accelerate it, download it. And when it doesn't come, we feel like, what's wrong? You know, why should I have to suffer? Everybody else is doing what they want. Everybody else is getting what they want. Why do I have to wait, God? You know? And it's like, look, chill out, man. I got you. But it might not be your time yet. Let's walk together. Let's have fellowship. So when you get this person, you know how to deal with them, because what you don't see is what you get it on the other side. All these issues, they're going to come. And also the attack of the devil that doesn't like relationships and marriage. He's going to fight you. So I want you and I to have a relationship and walk together. So when you go through tough times and this person disappoints you, because they will, you can fall back on him. And that's what keeps you a happy marriage. Because I was isolated for so long and I spent so much time with the Lord, when I got married, you know, if she's this, which she won't, but if she's like, I've had enough of you, I'm leaving tomorrow. No, it's not like that. I'm just joking. It's like, don't let the door hit you on the way out. It's like, here's some more luggage. No. Of course, you know, I want to be like that. You love your, you know, I want to be like that. You want me to go fight? No, but I'm just saying, like, you love your spouse and everything, but you don't she's not my God. She's not my idol. I'm not going to go jump off a bridge if she left me. You say, well, that's what you say now, but if she happens, we'll see. It's like, well, we will see, won't we? Because I'm not. Because I haven't made her my God. And I know I have enough. God has proven track record that if he gave me it once, he can give it to me again. So I encourage people to reach out, open your Bible, read it, let it get down into your spirit, have a relationship with the Lord. He wants to help you. If you need a job, give you a job. If you need healing, he'll give you healing. If you want to grow your subscriber count on YouTube, he can help you do that too. If you want to be prosperous in this earth, you can. You just have to ask him. And you have to give him a chance, and you have to do it his way, not your way. Because you can listen to all the advice on YouTube on how to do all this, and it just takes God maybe to hook you up with one person. He can open the door that you've been struggling for years in areas, and one door open, bam, just like that. That's why a lot of times people see people blow up and they get mad. They're like, that's not fair, you know. I've been doing all this work, and they get bitter. Well, what can I say? God's a just God. A favor ain't fair. All right, so we're gonna close out. Once again, I just want to say, we're on VidMe now. So if you're on VidMe, join us at VidMe at EPICBLASIAN. You know, follow us over there. We're gonna make some videos over there that we're not gonna maybe put on YouTube. We're gonna do some special content for them because I'm just trying this out. And also, I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but
so far our video, they're still the ones from here, right?
Yeah, I'm just transferring the videos from our YouTube over there. Not all of them because there's too many, but just quite a few that get up to date. Also, if you're not aware, but on YouTube, the Creator Studio app now, or the YouTube app, whichever one, you now can go live on it. So we can go live on our cell phone. So in the future, instead of us using this webcam at nighttime, we'll be going live, and we might be going to the store, we might go to the beach. We're just gonna pop up and just go live so you can chat with us and ask us questions. So we're trying to do that more. We got some more videos on the way. Some more milkshakes to drink.
What's the plan for next weekend holiday? You want to ask them about?
What are we doing next weekend, guys? Like, you go into your bank account, you're withdrawing all your cash, and you deposit in my account. That's what you're doing. Y'all just need to see this. Because sometimes you need to see this to know that it's obtainable. This is yellow. Yellow. It's No, I'm not doing this to try to rub it in people's face, but I'm just saying it's possible. If you want a Chinese wife, you can have one. If you want whatever race, you can have it. White, black, yellow, I don't really care. But just make sure that you put the Lord first, because he doesn't want any idols. So be encouraged. If you have any questions, guys, now's the time to ask. If you're not following us on Twitter or Instagram, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. You can always tweet some questions at us. What I might do is if you tweet a question at me, I'll do a video just for you to answer your question, and we'll go into more details if you tweet it at me. And all that is, of course, in the YouTube channel banner. So once again, thank you guys for 807 subscribers.
Thank you.
Whether it goes down to 806, 805, and it goes up to 900, whatever. We appreciate it. Thank you for your time. Be encouraged. There's still time to enjoy life and have fun, but just don't waste your time on foolishness. Don't stress over things that you have no control over. And if you cook fried chicken, make sure to send us an invitation so we can come over and partake in it, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything you want to add, Balbe?
Nothing. Have a great week next week. Stay blessed.
And stay black. And for all of you guys that are watching us later, make sure to leave us a comment or rate it. And
Hearts for everybody.
hearts for everybody. God bless.